Okay. I titled this, and then I had no idea why I titled it "Secession May Be Inevitable." I know I've been talking about it, but I think it's kind of continuation when I was saying in the last one about idealism, where I only spent like a couple minutes talking about it. But I do think secession, and full-on balkanization is the future of the U.S. To me, there's no saving this country. I think that the thing is that this country does not have much going for it. It really doesn't. You can go ahead and cope all day. The country itself does. Individual companies, maybe, yeah. Or individual people, yeah. But the country as a whole, no. No. You can go ahead and, LARP all you want to about various things, or you can go ahead and, cope about it. But the thing is, though, the truth is that there's really not that much to look forward to. We just see kind of a grinding sort of continuing on down this road sort of plan, this sort of, near peers, as people like Justin King like to say, we're going to fight our near peers of Russia and China, but it's not a Cold War. It's not a Cold War, according to him. But I think that, this country will just kind of slowly break apart. See, I like to think of it, it could be all at once, but I think the more realistically, it will be gradual. There are many, now it's coming back to me. There are many different versions of how this could happen. This is the evolution of it. I'll put it this way. I was thinking about this earlier, but, the idea of like racial separatism. It would be very complex. It would be very painful. It would be, very impractical and very inefficient. But it all depends on who wins, right? If you have something like, if you've ever read books like Spook Who Sat by the Door, where there's an insurrection and, people are continuing to fight the U.S. military and whatnot to a standstill so that the U.S. government will be like, well, we give up. Here's your land. See you later, And apparently, I guess, buses from all over the country will come up. I don't know. Like I said, that's something that is going to be a big complication. I think even, I've heard this a little bit on the TRS. Some of the TRS guys have said this as well, particularly that Borzoi guy. And, where racial separatism, just as we saw in, Yugoslavia, it's going to be just as bad or worse, probably, here in the U.S. But I think that's what will occur. Is, if you're a black person, you may be sent down to New Africa, or if you're a honky, you're going to be going up there. If you're, Hispano, they'll be like, you get to go down here. I guess, people get snatched up, I guess, and I don't know. Like I say, this is more, I guess, in the sense of reality of it. But I do think that these options will be inevitable, I think. I'm going to try to see if I can get some footage. I saw this guy's live stream, that News to Share live stream. And so, he was showing this video of, folks just saying, of course, fuck 12 and all that, making the comparisons between black folks and Palestinians. And you can make that argument to a point. But I still say that's very bad faith, I think. Oh, boy. Imagine if you gotten drunk for all these 800 video, or the recent maybe 200 video I've posted. How many times I've said bad faith? Oof, I don't know. You get a pretty good buzz probably, but it's just an off topic. But I do think it's inevitable. And I think that, once the petrodollar does collapse, which could happen, When that petrodollar does collapse, though, I have no doubt that, Chinese diaspora, I was going to say American diaspora, but yeah, Chinese diaspora will reach out to the CPC in China, in Beijing more specifically, and say, hey, you want to help us out? You give us some infrastructure here, because the U.S. military deserted us, or whatever the case may be, whichever, they just, deserted us here in San Francisco and all this. So you want to come here and help us? I don't know. Could be that way. There's so many different options to it. Will it be quick? Will it be a slow churning death? Or will it just will it happen first 10 years and then, another decision, and then who knows, right? It's difficult to say, isn't it? But it's something to think about. I think I said this on the other one, but I'll say it here, is that I don't wish for this to happen. I really don't. You can believe me or not believe me, but I feel like this is what is going to occur. You can get all the private military contractors you can and all the retired military folks you want, but I think that, the collapse of the US dollar would be that spark, at least in my opinion. Anyway, I think that's pretty close to what I wanted to say. I don't know. It's all just stuff that's bouncing around in my head. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. See you later, and goodbye.